Hi everyone, welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings, Flight Diary, After Route, Episode 10, where everyone is scrambling to put this final flight together in under 3 days. So they have to present this to the teachers and Omikasato and show that Isuka's grand plan about building this big soaring group circle club run by outside experts is worth. So they're going to make this flight a spectacular flight, and they're trying to add as many bells and whistles as they can. So having smoke trails and also doing many aerobatics. But the one problem is that they need a supervisor to support this flight, and the regular supervisor is out. So they're hoping that Amane can be a fill-in for that person. So the supervisor is the expert person, so someone who has full knowledge and qualifications and licenses to support such activity. So let's see how this goes. So will Amane be the fill-in, or will she accept being the fill-in? So Kotori's like,
引退フライトまで臨時の監督やってよ、天音ちゃん。臨時の監督？ああ、構わないぞ。
and Amane accepts it easily.
その代わり、それまでここの机を借りてていいか？
Well, I'm sure that's an easy compromise. We all look at Asa. It is her place after all. So Asa and Yoru's.
もちろん構いませんよ。いくらでも使ってください。
Sure.
はーい、やったー。お風呂にはちゃんと入ってくださいね。
Uh-oh.
あかりさんへの連絡はどうする？
So, should we tell Akari where Amane is? So, Akari is also looking for Amane, and Amane hates Akari being too bossy. But then again, that's what her job is. So, Akari's job. Well, if we do, she'll just take her home. So, hey, you got more work to do back at your laboratory in the Americas.
黙ってましょう。あかりさんには悪いけど。
Oh well, so let's borrow Amane for a while, and then when we're done with this final flight, we can hand Amane back to her, Akari. So it is settled. I'm sorry, Akari, so you'll have to wait. So what's happening? Kotori announces to the members gathered around the monitor and then clicks the mouse. The 3D glider model on the screen performs an aerobatic move, white smoke trailing from the wingtips. Oh, so Kotori is showing how it would go on that day.
かっこいい。かなり見応えありそうですね。
So I think this is enough to impress everyone. So they're trying to make it all special, all interesting, but not to where it's so crazy that it's impossible to do with the actual glider.
いいじゃん、いいじゃん。
And they also have to put safety in consideration. So they can't do something that's too crazy to the point where it stalls the glider. And there have been accidents like that before. I know there was one where they turned the plane upside down, and there was a lady on the plane upside down, but then it goes out of control and crashes, and the fire kills both the pilot and the lady. And that's quite sad. Everyone seems impressed. We are watching a simulation Kotori had programmed.
私たちにできるアクロバット飛行をシミュレータで再現してみたの。
Okay?
例の煙のギミックもつけてみたわ。
And also show where we will unleash the smoke trails.
いつの間にこんな機能を実装したんだ？
Wait, so I don't recall the glider having that feature. Kotori had made a movie using the additional functions she programmed into Amane's simulator. So instead of just using it for training, we could input flight plans and watch the flight just like a spectator. Even though Kotori has said herself it is not a very useful function. So the problem is that the glider does not have autopilot, so that feature is not useful when it comes to training and
空いた時間で作ってみたのよ。役に立ってよかったわ。グライダーでこんな飛び方もできるんですね。翼から白い尾を引いてるおかげで迫力が違うわね。それでも私たちの機体は重量の重い複座機だし、アクロバットには不向きなのよね。
Originally, Amane had designed it specifically for the Morning Glory flight. It hadn't been designed for aerobatics. But I still think the audience will enjoy this, so we'll get a chance to show off our skills.
そうね。お遊びサークルとか抜かしてたどっかのじいさんをギャフーと言わせてやるんだから。
Well, we got to make it spectacular and impress that old man. So FYI, the old man Kazato is Asa and Yoru's grandfather. So Asa kind of feels upset. Well, I'm sorry that my grandfather is like that. So Ageha, so how is it going with you?
あとは取り付けだけ。はるみくんに手伝ってもらえば明日の午前中には終わると思うけど。
So it looks like Ageha is testing out these smoke trails by fitting them onto RC planes. So they did do one simulation, but it was just one RC plane and one smoke cannon. So they're trying to do another one. So having two RC planes, both with smoke cannons,
もう一機のラジコン飛行機の改造はもうできてます。
and they're able to find another RC plane. Dory had recommended flying two in tandem, so they equipped in another plane.
シミュレータとラジコン飛行機とでリハーサルの代わりができそうね。
So I think it's like, well, if we have two RC planes, then we can see what the smoke trail will draw, and we'll have a accurate picture of it. Everyone seems relieved when she says this. We are ready. Oh, so we are really worried that we have to go to the final flight with no practice. Especially now with all the people coming to watch and the futures of the Soaring Club and Iska's group riding on it.
それじゃあ今日は後片付けして撤収にしましょうか。明日は朝からやるわよ。アイス食べてく人。
Okay, so after a hard day of work, it's time to relax and some ice cream. Kotori asks everyone, and like usual, when we reach the front of the convenience store, this is where we split up. So the dorm people, the station people, and the neighborhood people. Even though everyone is exhausted by the long day, we are still shuffled into the shop.
今日は奮発してハーゲンダッツのストロベリー願掛けってやつね。私はちょいと金欠だからバリバリ君用なし味でいいや。私も貧乏なんでバリバリ君ポタージュ味。
Okay?
何それ、そんなのあるの？あるっすよ。ちゃんとというかまるっきりコーンポタージュの味がするっす。美味しそう。私もそれにすればよかった。
So it looks like everyone will get ice cream. And it's just Kotori getting the really good Haagen-Dazs ice cream versus everyone else.
姉さんも物好きね。
As the girls went into a frenzy over choosing their ice creams, Harumi and I went outside to wait. Well, I'm really glad you joined, Harumi.
は
Why?
一時はどうなることかと思ったけど、なんとか間に合いそうね。おまねちゃんも無事捕獲できてよかった？
But anyways, I'm glad that we were able to get quick approval from Amane-chan.
先輩たちの最後のフライトですもんね。
Asa seems kind of sad.
最悪、私たち全員にとってのラストフライトになりかねないけどね。
So, if this final flight turns out to be a failure, then it'll be the end for all of us. So, no more Soaring Club and no more Iska's grand plan.
そうならないように頑張ってくださいね、先輩。心配しなくてもうまくいくわよ。あまねちゃんもいてくれるしね。
Don't worry, there's Amane-chan. But then again, well, we know.
なんだろうね。別に何もしてくれなくてもいてくれるだけで安心感があるっていうか。
Well, I'm not sure how much of an influence is Amane going to sway the people, so the teachers and Old Man Kazato. Well, I guess since we want to put on a good show, we are really going all out this time. We left Amane back in the office. She apparently reversed her internal clock and is now hard at work.
変な先輩っすよね。私、机の下に寝てるの発見した時、思わず悲鳴あげちゃったっすよ。
Well, I'm pretty sure at that point Amane passed out. But now that she's had a good sleep and lots of good food, so the watermelon, she's all energized and can now go to work.
その声聞いて目を覚まして、私の顔見て、いやー、美味しそうなスイカだねって言ったっす。
I could imagine it as clearly as if I'd been there to see it.
ごめんね。あんな変な人が伝説の先輩で。
But you know, that's how she is. So even though she makes headlines and is this beautiful genius person, that's one of her big downfalls.
だからこそのレジェンドなんだけどね。
But it is special in its own regard. Everyone talks on as we finished our ice cream and threw away our trash.
それじゃ帰りますか。はるみちゃん、桐野さんのナイト役よろしくね。
はい。
Harumi answers, his face went bright red and he stood up straight as a rod.
桐野さん、行こうか。
それじゃ先輩、また明日っす。
Haruka waves and walks off with Harumi totally oblivious.
はるみちゃんのうぶさも大概だけど、あれ見て何にも気づいてない様子の桐野さんも大概だわね。
So Asa and Yoru, you two use the bath first, okay? So it looks like they are now split up and the dorm people, so that's Aoi, Kotori, Asa, and Yoru, they're now home.
夜ちゃん、背中流しっこしよう。今日は汗かいたから早くさっぱりしたい。
The twins chatted happily as they went inside. I stopped and turned back to look the way we came. Kotori is about to follow Asa and Yoru inside, but she noticed me and stopped.
どうしたの？
So what's the problem? Nothing? Wait, what? I'm looking off towards our secret base. It is our actual final flight, which means it is our last chance. Well, until Iska gets her big club up and running.
何か言った？
No, nothing. I'm going to take off tomorrow afternoon for a bit.
多分大丈夫だと思うけど、何か用事なの？
Yeah, kind of. I'm not sure before, but I've put together my own plan.
何計画って？
So what plan? You see... Oh, so you'll see when time comes. I turned and went past her into the door.
何よ時期って、それいつよ？
Hey, so what do you mean? So I want to hear it, and don't hide it or leave me in the blue. Well, don't forget to lock up. So Aoi ignores Kotori.
こら、葵！
Okay, so next day. So I stopped by school to report to Yanobe Sensei, the advisor, about Amane being the temporary supervisor or expert person. After that, I went straight to the hangar or the dock to help with final preparations.
このボタンを押せば煙が出るから。
Agaha had finished attaching the smoke equipment to the wingtips. She's telling Kotori and I about the remote install in the cockpit.
煙が出るのは5分少々。それが限界だった。
Okay?
十分よ。ね、葵？
Well, I'm sure 5 minutes is a lot. So I'm sure doing one aerobatics that's probably just about 1 minute long. Well, they can go more, but then it gets dangerous. We would use those 5 minutes to do the absolute best aerobatics we could do. We worked out it in yesterday's meeting. We would be taking turns piloting during the aerobatics. We each had different specialties in the cockpit.
小鳥先輩、こっち準備できました。わかった、すぐ行く。
Okay, coming! Everyone is outside. There are 2 RC planes on standby.
いいわよ、始めて。
Okay, let's see it.
せーの。
So 3, 2, 1. The 2 planes take off together. Asa and Yoru each control one.
姉さん、合わせるわ。お願い。
And here we see the 2 RC planes each carrying a smoke barrel, and it looks like it is currently dispensing smoke. So the 2 planes have been flying separately, but they drew closer and then started flying as one. Yoru is following Asa's plane.
もう少し離れて飛べない？
So can you spread it apart a little bit?
やってみます。
Okay. As Kotori orders, the 2 RC planes spread out to about glider wingtip width. It must have been incredibly difficult to maintain that distance.
さすが双子ね。
But anyways, Kotori is really impressed by the synchronized flying from the twins, Asa and Yoru.
アゲハ先輩、お願いします。じゃあ行くよ。ポチッとな。
Okay, so I think this is where they will unleash the smoke. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so Akira sets off the smoke trails. The 2 RC planes start leaving traces. They drew 2 white lines across the sky. Oh, I see now, so that's how it looks.
エルロンロール、行きます。
And the 2 planes spun just the way a glider's wingtips would move during a roll, tracing the lines. The white lines drew a double helix. Oh, that's cool.
綺麗っすね。
うん。
everyone loves it. I thought it would work too. However, so it looks like Kotori's not satisfied. So, Kotori, what's wrong?
いや、別に。いいんじゃないかな。
It looks okay. Kotori is oddly quiet. I thought she'd be the most excited.
おー、やってるな。
And Amane is looking at it as well. Amane comes sneaking out of the hangar. I guess she heard the noise and came to see what is up.
これか。アクロバット飛行って。
Amane stands, shading her eyes with her hand, watching the synchronized RC flying, which in itself is a pretty great performance.
どうですか、アマネ先輩。
So, how is it, Amane senpai?
いいんじゃないか。
She says without any particular emotion. She is less impressed than expected. Why? Well, this is more or less our plan for tomorrow.
ああ、見させてもらったぞ。引退フライトの計画書。何せ監督だからな。
She stuck her perfectly shaped nose in the air proudly. We had asked her for help, but she's acting like it is a huge deal or something.
どう思った？
But anyways, so how is it?
そうだな。
Well, Amane seems uncharacteristically hesitant to speak.
いいと思ったぞ。
It looks good.
ただ、なんだか君たちらしくなかったな。
So what does she mean about it's not really you?
私たちらしくない？
And us? Or not us? So you mean the aerobatics?
でも、普通に飛んでも見てる方はつまんないだろうし。まあ、そうなんだがな。
Her face looks troubled as she watches the smoke drawn by the two RC planes.
そうだな。今のは忘れてくれ。
Amane, having finished her thought, walks off holding a small plastic bucket. Wait, so where are you going?
お風呂入ってくる。
Okay, I'm going to take a bath. She waves and walks off down the hill. And after we finished the RC plane test, we all ate lunch in the corner of the dock or hangar. So what does Amai mean about it's not you or not us?
先輩たち、なんか暗いね。テストはうまくいったのに、なんで失敗したみたいな空気になってんですか？
So why does it look like it's a failure?
だってね。
Because Ayuha sighs, a meatball from her bento stuck on her chopsticks.
あまね先輩にあんな風に言われちゃったらさ。
So she is right.
でもすごくいいと思いましたよ。俺見応えあると思います。
私もそう思うっす。
The younger club members did their best to cheer us up, but we are all pretty low still.
あまねちゃんの言う通りよ。私たちらしくない。
So she is right. So it's not like us.
だって私たち今までアクロバット飛行なんてやってこなかったんだもの。
Okay?
そうだよね。
This time had just been a little practice for the event. Not that much more than playing around to see what we could do. So we should just fly around like normal? No one answers my question. no one thinks it is bad to do aerobatics. We had come up with the idea of aerobatics to give the audience something to watch. And yet, but it's not really you, is it? Somehow, it all seems thin. But we ignore that and keep going because we don't have any other ideas. So when she says it like that, it kind of hits home, doesn't it?
先輩のことがっかりさせちゃったみたいな気になる。いつまでも先輩離れできない人たちですね。これから引退していくっていうのに。ちょっとヨルちゃん。
Hey, so don't add any more words.
そういや葵、午後から抜けるって言ってなかったっけ？
Yeah.
今のうちに行ってきたら？どんな用事か知らないけど。
Oh yeah, that's right. So I'll do that. I closed up my bento and stood to leave. Wasn't in the mood, though.
どこか行くの？
So where are you going? Just out for a bit.
なんか個人的な計画があるんだって。
Kotori does not look pleased. But apparently she is not in the mood to push it either. Well, I should be back in about an hour, I said and then left. Okay, so it looks like Aoi went to buy something. So the problem is that the aerobatics, even though it is impressive, it doesn't really suit what the soaring club usually does. So if that's the case, then it'll look like the aerobatics is forced, and it's not going to make a very good show or impression to the teachers and Omikazato. And I think Amane's wondering about, well, I think the feelings matter a lot, and that's going to be the key selling factor, and having forced aerobatics is not going to give that feeling. But I'm sure this is a good time. Oh, so I'm not sure if this is a good time. I said to myself, sighing. I left everyone back in the hangar in a real funk, and I'm worried about how they are doing. Well, I'm done shopping, so I guess I will head back. I hurried through Wendy's, crowded in the summer vacation afternoon. And then, so who?
Yo, Aoi じゃないか。
Oh, so Tatsuya or Anchan. Tatsuya appears out of the crowd. Hey, I'm Anchan, so what's up?
アゲハの親父さんに届け物だよ。
We are right in front of Ageha's family shop, so Himigi Sports.
お前こそこんなところで何してるんだ？
And why are you here? Well, I hid my shopping bag behind my back. So, are you heading back?
ああ。
Yep. So, Anchan says and starts walking. I walk along beside him. Okay, so let's go home together.
アマネがそんなことを。
Okay. Everyone's really down. Me too, actually.
確かにアクロバット飛行はお前たちらしくないかもな。
So she is right that aerobatics don't fit you guys very well. But we've got guests coming, so just flying normally is boring. So we have to make it special in some way or another.
それでも十分に見ものだと思うぞ。
Well, I'm sure flying alone is enough. People who are not used to the glider might actually find it exciting though. Wait, so you really think so?
さあな。
Well, I guess. Maybe?
観客のことなんか気にするな。明日の主役はお前たちなんだから。自分たちの やりたいことをすればいいじゃないか。
So just be normal, just be yourself, just do what you like to do, what you want to do. So don't force yourself into doing all of those extra bells and whistles, so like aerobatics, just to impress the audience, because they will sense that something isn't right. I wonder what that is. And then I understand. We didn't really want to do aerobatics after all. That is what Amane had meant, and we were all upset because she is right on the nose.
いつかなら多分こう言うんじゃないかな。
Well, I'm sure
君の正しい
Iska.
答えはそこにある。
So I'm sure Iska will say something else. Saying this, he points to my chest. Wait, so here? I just now realized that the feeling of excitement we share with Iska have first asked for help is gone. We focused too much on the presentation and the schedule, I thought. Okay, so we'll try something else, something more fitting to our final flight.
ああ、頑張れ。
Okay, good luck. So, do your best. Tatsuya or Anchan says, and ruffles my hair. Hey, come on, Anchan, so I'm not a little kid anymore.
明日楽しみにしてるぞ。
But anyways, I'm looking forward to what you will show us tomorrow.
おじいちゃんからだ。
So Tatsuya or Anchan, if you remember, was part of the soaring club in the past, so his advice does carry some merit and weight. So he's not a pure outsider when it comes to the glider. So anyways, it looks like there's a call for Asa from Gramps or Grandpa.
はい。もしもし、朝です。はい。はい。え？おじさんが？
Wait, so that guy?
うん、わかりました。それじゃ。おじいちゃんって、もしかして理事長さん？
Wait, so the chairman did call you?
はい。おじいちゃんからのことづてで、明日、俊一おじさんも見に来るそうです。
Okay,
誰それ？
so who's him?
市長です。
The mayor.
は？市長？
Wait. So...
北斗七星の脇で光ってるあの見えちゃいけない星？違います。うちの市の市長です。
No, no, no. So not that sci-fi sort of thing. It's the mayor of this city. He's going to watch the event as well.
なんで市長さんが見に来るわけ？
So why him?
俊一おじさんはおじいちゃんの友達なんですよ。他にもお友達がたくさん見に来るって言ってました。
Okay.
いや、意味わかんないし、なんでうちらの引退フライトをそんな偉い人が見に来るの？
So having him come to watch just raised our stakes even higher. So now more VIPs and influential people are going to see this event. So it puts more pressure on all of us.
そう。
Well, beats me.
これは何か企んでるわね。どうしよう。小鳥は小鳥どこ行った？
Well, I must let Kotori know about this.
部長ならさっき出て行きましたよ。
She just left. Wait, Kotori, so this is very bad. This is a very big emergency situation. And for Kotori, she's just looking up at the sky, all calm. So I passed by the dorm to drop my stuff off and head back towards the docker hangar, and I found Kotori sitting alone on the hill. She is staring absently up at the clouds flowing past. I start to call out, but stopped. Her face had that look just like... the day she whispered. So the sky looks so far away.
Aoi?
Okay, so this is from Aoi's perspective. Kotori notices me first and calls out.
もう用事は済んだの?
So all done with your errands? Yeah, so sorry to take off like that.
別に.
So I wonder what Aoi bought at Wendy's. She says and looks back to the sky. Are you thinking about something? She doesn't offer any further answers, just stretch her hand up towards the sky.
少し近づいたと思ったのにな。あまねちゃんの言う通りよね。なんか全然私たちらしくないことやろうとしてた。
So even Kotori agrees to, well, the aerobatics, they aren't really us. So it kind of is bad that we're forcing ourselves to do this. Yeah.
あまねちゃんがあんなこと言ったのはさ、あまねちゃんも私たちとの思い出を特別に思ってくれてるからだよね。
So she does remember the old times when she was still an advisor and maybe an expert person. So she knows how or what we do and what's our usual style.
だから私たちが私たちらしくないことするのが嫌だったんじゃないかな。
So that's why she can sense that something is not right. Well, I think so too. Why else would Amane have chosen her words so carefully? She knows that what she said would have a real influence on us.
その気持ちを裏切るフライトが私たちの最後のフライトだなんて。
So, if it does not follow our feelings, then it will not make a spectacular show for everyone, including the mayor of the city.
そう思うと足が震えてくる。どうしよう。こんなんじゃ明日飛べないよ。
Kotori wraps her arms around herself like she is freezing cold.
あの時と同じ。桐野さんを乗せてストールした時と。あの時私空に見放された気がした。また同じになりそうで怖い。
Kotori? Even being this close to her, I could not think of anything to say. I am lost in the same fog of confusion. And around this time, that's when Haruka is trying to really lay the message from Ageha and Asa to Kotori. And then Haruka comes. She came running up in panic.
ここにいたっすか。部長、アゲハ先輩が呼んでるっす。大変だーって騒いでるっす。
So Ageha is looking for you. What? Kotori just hangs her head, not even looking at Haruka.
部長、どうしたっすか。
Wait, so what's wrong?
桐野さん、あの時はごめんね。
Well, I was sorry about before. So... For what?
あの時、私のせいで怖い思いさせちゃったから。
So, the stall. Kotori had apologized over and over already. And Haruka could only cock her head in confusion, not sure what she meant.
先輩たち、元気ないっすね。どうしちゃったんすか。
I think maybe she just feels she's lost her way a bit.
飛び方を忘れちゃったみたいなの。飛び方っすか。
Wait, so you forgot how to fly? Kotori nods weakly.
もしかしたら明日飛べないかもしれない。
I guess I'll give up. Haruka's expression fell as she saw how miserable Kotori is.
それは残念っす。また部長たちのフライトが見られるって楽しみにしてたのに。
She says and sits down beside Kotori. She wraps her arms around her knees and rocks forward and back a little.
見たかったっす。部長の飛ぶところ。
Kotori seems uncomfortable now, soaking like a child beside Haruka. Haruka can't pilot the glider herself, but she did really seem to enjoy watching the rest of us do it.
あなた、私が飛んでるところを見て、ソアリング部に入部したって言ってたわよね。はい、そうっす。その時私、どんな風に飛んでた？
Kotori asks timidly. I think she wants to remember how it felt to enjoy flying by hearing Haruka's memory of it.
どんなって、すっごいかっこよかったっすよ。もう最高でした。
Well, it was good. It was cool. Haruka's voice rose like she is, reliving the excitement of that day. Kotori and I are kind of taken by surprise. So despite the incident, the stall and almost crash, Haruka enjoyed the ride along. We hadn't been doing any aerobatics, just boring old glider flight. So why would she be that excited? Haruka gazes out over the hill, her eyes far away.
あの朝焼けの空を部長たちが飛んでいったっす。
Wait, so what do you say?
だから朝焼けの空っすよ。みんなでここに集まって見てたっす。
So it looks like when the morning glory was here, Haruka also joined in and watched the event.
それもしかして2年前のモーニンググローリー？モーニング、なんか綺麗な雲の道ができてたっす。
Kotori and I stared at each other in shock. So she was there. There you go. So you were there too?
はい、いたっすよ。あの綱引きみたいなのもやったっす。
Kotori stares at Haruka like she couldn't believe what she is hearing. But back then you weren't a student of Keifu Academy yet.
お姉ちゃんが慶風の卒業生っす。なんかお友達から電話がかかってきて、私も連れてってくれたっす。
But my sister was, so she pulled me along to watch.
じゃあ、あなたはあの時私を飛ばせてくれた人だったんだ。
A huge crowd of people had pulled the rope to help us take off. And apparently Haruka had been one of them.
一度離陸して見えなくなった後、夜明け前の丘を大きな翼を広げたグライダーが駆け上がってきたっす。
So it was dark that morning, and that's why they lost sight for a minute.
超感動したっす。かっこいいなって。それで私、ソアリング部に入ったっすよ。
And if you remember, Yuka had everyone hold up glow sticks that she bought for a concert that was canceled. And it's like, well, let's light up and show Aoi and Kotori the path forward. And it looked like a celebration or some party from above. Haruka looks almost embarrassed but happy. And that sight made Kotori shake. It was like she is just trying to take it all in.
そういう、
Well then,
そういう いう大事なことはもっと早く言いなさいよ。
Hey, so how come you didn't tell us early? So that would have been really good words to hear from you, and it would have helped relieve me.
すみませんっす。
Well, I'm sure Haruka didn't think it was important or meaningful.
そうなんだ。あなたがあの時私を飛ばせてくれたんだ。
After she screamed at Haruka, Kotori kept repeating this to herself. And that day, we only taken off with everyone's help. We never could have done it ourselves. Well, that's it.
何？
Kotori spins when I suddenly shout. I thought something great. I whisper my idea to Kotori's ear. So what is it? Kotori's eyes widen at my idea. Kotori tries to talk, but nothing comes out. Instead, she took my open hand and forcefully held it to the left side of her chest. Kotori's heart thundered in her chest. The racing heartbeat explained her excitement more eloquently than any words possibly can. And Kotori looks up at the sky. The white clouds flowed slowly across the brilliant blue background.
高いけど飛びたい。おお。
Yep, so let's fly.
小鳥先輩帰ってきました。
Okay, so Kotori returns.
小鳥、大変
Now, Ageha can tell Kotori the problem.
そんなのあとみんな集まって。
And it looks like Ageha already told Kotori about it. Kotori brushes Ageha off and gathers the club. She rushes through our new flight plan.
マジっすか。
Wait, for real?
マジよ。大マジ。
Ageha looks over at me, her face breaking out in cold sweat. Well, let's do it. I think it's the only way.
私もいいと思います。エルロンロールするより先輩たちらしいわね。
そんなことができるなら見てみたいです。
私も。
Ageha looks over everyone's face and sighs dramatically.
ぶっつけ本番ってとこも私たちらしいわね。
So basically, we do everything unprepared. So everything is made on the fly. We all agree. So I'm sure the new flight plan has less aerobatics, and I'm not sure if it is more difficult or easier than the old flight plan, the one that had the aerobatics to impress the audience. But anyways, okay, so it's now late. Ageha says after confirming all the preparations are done for tomorrow. The glider had been serviced to the finest detail, or tiniest detail, and all the equipment is ready and inspected. We borrowed seats and a tent for an emergency VIP area. I can't believe the mayor is coming though.
一体何を見に来るのかしら。
Well, we are all surprised.
なんかすみません。うちのおじいちゃんが。
With our new flight plan, we had to announce a new meeting location to all our guests that we had invited. We'd gone over everyone's roles at the meeting before, and there's nothing left to do.
私 ってく。起こしちゃえばいいんじゃない？なんか気持ちよさそうに寝てるし。
So we have to let the supervisor or expert person, Amane or Mai-chan, know, and she's sleeping. The girls are talking about Amane. There you go. No one had told our supervisor about the change in the flight plan. She had been sleeping under the desk ever since she took her noon bath.
私もう少し残ってくから、アゲハたちは先帰ってていいよ。
Okay, so I'll try to get that message to her. Agha thought a bit before nodding. Okay.
了解。じゃあ葵、お姫様のこと頼んだわよ。
Okay.
先輩、明日頑張りましょうね。さようなら、先輩。
お先に失礼します。
お疲れ様っす。
So, see you later, night. Everyone heads home with Ageha. And the huge hangar suddenly fell silent. Well, it is great to have another guy around. If Harumi had not been around, I would have been the one to send them off. And now going to Amane, who is sleeping very soundly.
寝てる。
We wait for a bit, but Amane shows no signs of waking up. So she's not going to move a muscle unless she smells food.
どっかに七輪とサンマでも落ちてないかしら。
So what is she? So cat?
新しいフライトプラン見てほしいのに。
She's like a kid looking for approval. Like yours says, she could not get away from Amane. I found it cute how Kotori never loses her innocent idolization of Amane, despite Amane's quirks. So, just coming up and eating food and sleeping like that. Well, if you print it out and leave it by her pillow, she'll see it when she wakes up.
寝ぼけて食べちゃったりしないかしら。
Well, I hope Amane does not sleep eat, so eat the flight plan and thinking that it's food. Well, that is a problem. I couldn't say it was impossible. Well, here, so I'll put it under this gelatin cup. She'll definitely find it. Harumi had gone and bought some for everyone during work.
明日フライト前にたっぷりと感想を聞くわ。
Kotori says reluctantly as she places the printout of our new flight plan by Amane's pillow. And she weighs it down with some peach gelatin. Or jello.
星が綺麗。
The top of the hill offered a full view of the night sky.
ねえねえ、こっち来て。
Kotori, let's see, trundled along with her cane. Careful, you'll trip.
セーフ。
Kotori stumbles but somehow manages to keep from falling over by flopping down on the grass instead. Okay, I'm better. Kotori's voice beside me is filled with awe.
ほら、葵も寝てみなさいよ。すごいわよ。
Wait, what? I lay down on the grass and look up. The starry sky completely filled my eyes. And the air is especially clear tonight, and even the tiny stars twinkle brightly. Well, it is beautiful. And Kotori's eyes sparkle, and I take her hand in mine. It's like we are floating up into the sky hand in hand. The twinkling stars seem ready to sweep down on us.
星空の下を飛べたら 気持ちいいでしょうね。宇宙にいるみたいに感じるんじゃないかしら。月にまで手が届きそう。
Kotori reaches her other hand up towards the sky. It really did feel like you could reach out and touch the blazing moon. And when we flew before dawn, it was so amazing to look down on the lights below.
綺麗だった。
Yep. And that was the day we flew the passage of clouds. Looking down from the pre-dawn sky, we saw our town glowing below. It was like someone had spilled stardust over the hills.
それから、ほら、ユカさんたちのサイリウムの明かり。
And the light sticks. Yep. Everyone who come to help had glow sticks covering the hill in a trail of light. I never forget the feeling of seeing them like that.
キリノさん、あの光の中にいたんだね。
Yep, and I still can't believe it. I laughed thinking about the day's revelation.
明日、また飛ぶのか。
Kotori says, her voice sounding weak. Are you nervous? Kotori nods sincerely. It is our first time going up since our practice flight before finals. Kotori had messed up and caused a stall, so she hadn't flown since then. And Kotori squeezes harder. Kotori grips my hand more firmly.
もう最後なんだね。
Yep.
なんかあまり実感ないけど、でも明日飛んだらもう最後なんだ。
We might never fly the sky over Kazugura again. At the very least, it would be in a while. We better put on a good show.
もちろんよ。後輩たちの目にかっこいい私たちを焼き付けさせなきゃ。それが先輩としての私たちの最後の仕事だもん。
Kotori says and rolls over to put her head on my chest. Okay, so I noticed that this episode will get too long, so we'll see how this continues with Kotori and Aoi looking up at the sky. And it looks like everything is all set for tomorrow, and I also wonder what the new flight plan will entail. So anyways, with that in mind, let's see how this goes in the next episode.